This is 7 News.
Tonight, a community under threat. An ageing power pole sparks a fire emergency in Chidlow. Police hunt an elderly armed robber up to 70 years old. A surfer uses his board to fight off a shark. And crushing victory.
Out, that's it! Colin Siddle gets the wicket.
Australia seals the series against Sri Lanka.
And that's a massive win by the Australians.
From the studios of 7 Perth, Emmy Kubainski.
Good evening. An elderly woman is being blamed for a fire that threatened homes in Chidlow last night. Falling power lines on 79-year-old Pat West's farm are believed to have sparked the blaze. Western Power says it's up to homeowners to maintain poles on their land. An elderly robber believed to be up to 70 years old has held up workers at a pharmacy in Kwinana. The wanted man threatened staff with a knife, but police say he didn't want money. Jessica Vanderen reports. A truck driver has burns to his face, arms and legs after his vehicle caught fire in Redcliffe. Authorities say the man was refuelling a generator when it burst into flames. It happened at a truck yard on Great Eastern Highway this morning. The man was taken to Royal Perth Hospital, where he's being treated for burns to 20% of his body. A surfer has survived being mauled by a shark after he plunged his board into the animal's head. The 29-year-old was attacked near Newcastle in New South Wales. Tonight he's in hospital after losing part of his hand and a chunk of his leg. Financial markets around the world are nervously watching America, which is running out of time to solve its financial crisis. Congress has until New Year's Day to strike a deal with the president on his federal budget. Otherwise, automatic spending cuts and tax rises will kick in. And the worry for Australia is that America's financial problem could be catching. Some observers say there's no need to worry from our end. Our economy is strong, and any fallout could put pressure on an interest rate cut. A man who was sleeping in his car has been pepper sprayed by thieves. The 26-year-old was at Thornley Oval last night when a group of men smashed the front window. He was pepper sprayed when he tried to fight back. The man was taken to hospital for treatment to his eyes. Police need your help to catch the attackers. A Callista man is accused of driving at more than twice the speed limit in Bilbra Lake. The 25-year-old was allegedly clocked by a speed laser at 120 kilometres an hour in a 50 zone. The 2009 Holden Club Sport has been impounded for 28 days. The driver is yet to be charged. The crew of Wild Oats 11 is tonight celebrating their Sydney to Hobart yacht race win. The vessel crossed the finish line this morning in record time, but earlier that achievement appeared unlikely when the wind died down. And Talitha Cummins is in Hobart, where celebrations are going into the night.
To be a pretty big night ahead.
Thanks for that, Talitha. Well, some of us may only just be getting over the Christmas hangover, but preparations are already underway for New Year's Eve celebrations. And if you haven't made plans, don't panic. There are still plenty of events across the city, many of them free.
With only 3 sleeps until the new year, not everyone has a plan.
Not quite sure yet, but I'm
involved with a few drinks, won't it?
Well, I'm afraid it will.
As always, the city will be a party hotspot. Northbridge is the focal point with street performers and live bands. It's a family-friendly and free event. There will be several road closures in place, however, starting from 9 in the morning. Further south, there'll be fireworks on the Rockingham foreshore at the stroke of midnight. If it's the VIP treatment you're after, a $300 meal at Crown's Bistro Guillem may be what you're after. Or the Hopman Cup Ball, a must for Perth's A-list.
General public can't buy tickets to it, but that is the glamour event.
As always, our emergency services will be flat out. It's also an extremely busy night for paramedics, with an increase in alcohol and drug-related injuries. And St John says it expects this year to be even busier because it's so hot. If you're planning on catching taxis, be warned. There's a $5.55 surcharge and long wait times. Extra trains and buses will be running though. But if celebrating on New Year's Day is more your style, then Perth Cup is a favourite. But be quick, tickets to the marquees are almost sold out. Rob Scott, 7 News.
A teenager carjacked at a busy Perth shopping centre. That's next. Plus, one of the world's most dangerous jobs. Would you do this? And killer storms hit the US. A teenage woman has been dragged from her car at Joondalup Shopping Centre. The 18-year-old had just finished shopping when a man opened the car door, grabbed her and drove off. The woman's handbag and phone were in the blue Toyota Corolla. Police are looking for a man between 25 and 30 years old with a fair complexion and short brown hair. The stolen Corolla has a registration number VP6127. Keepers at the Australian Reptile Park have spent the day wrangling giant American alligators and raiding their nests. The dangerous job happens a few days every year, and it's not for the faint-hearted. Well, how does a multi-million-dollar windfall sound to help you celebrate the new year? Tickets are selling fast for tomorrow evening's $30 million lotto draw. It's a fair way off the $100 million 2 months ago, but it's still one of the biggest draws of the year. Rockingham has 4 Division 1 winners this year, Mandurah and Cloverdale 3 each. The draw is only on 7 at the end of tomorrow night's news. Chris Young is here with sport and a series victory to the Aussies.
Emmy, they were ruthless. The Sri Lankans were battered and beaten as the Boxing Day test lasted just 2.5 days.